How's it going, guys? And welcome to RC Cincy. Today we have the Umx Yak 54 3D. Now this is a plane from Horizon Hobby, and I think it's an older plane. I picked this up from a local hobby shop on consignment. So I think this was originally like $100 or something like that. I do see radian pin on it, $99.99, but they had it on consignment for $45, so I couldn't pass up that deal. This is a bind and fly, so you are going to need your own battery, charger, and transmitter to complete it. It has some cool features, so let's go over those really quickly. So it is, let's see, AX3X stabilization technology with multiple flight modes. So it's supposed to have like a knife edge mode, general aviation mode, and I want to say like a hover mode to help you hover and stuff. That's really cool. It's supposed to be ultra light, of course, with foam and reinforced foam, so it's probably gonna have some carbon in it. What else do we got here? Side force generators for improved knife edge performance, Spectrum DXM receiver, and ESC. I think it said telemetry, but I didn't see it on my transmitter. We'll have to look into that. You get some long linear performance servos, a 8.5 millimeter brushed motor because it's really small. It's already pre-painted and pre-assembled from the factory, so you don't have much at all to do. Here's what the backside looks like, and then I'll show you the other sides. Its wingspan is, where is it at? 430 millimeters, and its length is 497 millimeters, so it's longer than the wingspan. And the weight is 36 grams, so way below the 250, even with the battery, not even close. So it's supposed to be a lot of fun for 3D fun. I think I've seen videos in the past of this, like flying in like a basketball, indoor basketball court, indoor arena. It's supposed to be able to fly in tight quarters. Of course, a park flyer. I probably wouldn't recommend high winds, probably keep the wind down, but it does have 3D acrobatic capabilities. I don't think it has any kind of stabilization besides AX3X. So, yeah, 3D agility and stability. So it just talks about it. Here we go, the modes that I was talking about. So it's got general flight mode with rolls, axis, locked in feel. You got a standard AX3X mode. You got a hover assistance mode. You have alternative modes like knife edge assistance mode, and then torque roll assist mode. So you can set those up on a switch, which we'll have to do to test that out. So let's get into the unboxing really quickly. It's not going to be much of it considering that everything is already assembled. So let's open this bad boy up. So I think this has been flown before. We do get a little piece of Velcro that you would use, of course, for the battery. My batteries already have Velcro on them, so I'm good there. And of course, a manual. It is going to have your CG, believe it or not. It does have a CG for it. And it is, I want to say, and it's weird, it's not normally from the leading edge going this way, it's from the back leading edge going forward. And I think that's 90 millimeters is the CG. Let me verify that really quickly, because that is pretty much, that is very important and pretty much the main thing. 94 millimeters back. It talks about the control tests, make sure everything moves the right way. The different settings on your control horns. You do want to do dual rates, of course, and all that. So it has the full setup in the booklet. We'll maybe do a separate video on the way I set mine up, see after I fly how I like it. So yeah, that's the instructions. And then really that's about it. Usually the instructions are taped to the bottom. It does have this box where you can like fit the batteries in these little holes to keep them for you. And the charger should also fit a little tighter, but technically the charger can fit in there as well. I got foam in it now. Wonderful. This foam drives me crazy. But anyway, so that is really cool that you can fit that in there. Now, the plane itself, you just pull this little slide out. A lot of folks will keep these boxed to preserve these airplanes. I get it, but I don't have the room for it, to be honest with you. So most likely this is going to get two hooks, and then go up on my wall like all my UMX planes just to save space. So I did notice they did do a repair right here. So it looks like they took a piece of carbon and repaired it where it cracked right here. This is probably going to add a little bit of weight to the front of the nose of the airplane, and it's also going to add some strain, so I'm okay with that. The rest of it does have a bunch of little carbon fiber supports going through the plane to help strengthen it, strengthen the the wings. You can see the linear servos right there. It's got some for, of course, the ailerons. It's got one, of course, for the rudder, and then one, of course, for the elevator. So it has a total of 4 of them. And then you can see the big cordless brushed motor in the front. It does have a little gear right there and a prop. I only see one prop. I don't know if it came with more than one, to be honest with you. I'm not sure about that. And it's like this frame with like plastic on it, literally. But it should fly. These should help really with knife edge and giving you a lot of control. This thing should have plenty of power. So what they recommend in the manual is a 150 milliamp single cell battery, like a 45C. I don't have that size. I only have a 250, which I used on my Radian Umx. So that was the cool part is, I think I went to Amazon and I bought a charger and 4 batteries. So I got this little mini USB charger. It can charge 6 channels all at once, and it has 2 different plugs. So it has the ultra micro and the regular micro, and then you can switch from 2 milliamp to 6 milliamp, 0.6 or 0.2. I leave it on 0.2 because these are 250 milliamp batteries. One of them did lose the little plastic part on top, but it still just worked just fine. These are ultra micro connectors, very small connector. Make sure you plug it in the right way. You don't want to burn up your plane. And I have a total of 4 of them. So these are 250 milliamp 45C Venom batteries. I think I bought this whole I can't remember how much it was. I'll try to find a link for you guys for 4 batteries and a charger. I highly recommend this because you'll get tons of flights. So what I did is I decided to run my NX8. Absolutely love this transmitter. All my new planes are on this. Put all the switches forward, put the throttle down. Go ahead and turn this on. Now, this being a UMX plane, it automatically tries to bind and search for a signal. I've already bound it, so that should be an issue. I named it Umx Yak 54 3D. You can see I named it right there on the screen. So I just did a basic, normal wing, normal everything. I will kind of tweak and adjust the settings. I will do rates and all that, but I just haven't done it. I just want to show you guys that the plane does work. I did notice the rudder kind of didn't work for a second there, and I played with the motor, and then it started working. So I don't know if it was just stuck from sitting or what. I need to charge my transmitter. It's 3.66, so I definitely need to charge that. But we won't be probably flying tonight because it's already getting dark. So what you have to do is you get a lead right on the side of the plane, just like so. Same exact connector as on my Radian. And there's also a piece of Velcro right here. So it is the fluffy side, and then the hard part of the Velcro is right here. So these are ready to go. This is the only piece I accidentally knocked off the Velcro. The rest of these do have Velcro. They're ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll connect this bad boy in here. Make sure you put it the right way. It only plugs in one way. I think that's the right way. It takes a second, I've noticed. Hold on. Yeah, it only goes on one way. There we go. I think it finally plugged all the way in. You want to take it. Of course, we are going to balance it with the battery. We're just going to stick it on the side for now. But before we go fly it, we're going to balance it. We're going to set it down. Wait a second. Throttle cut is on. There we go. So it does take a second to initialize and connect. Don't worry about that. It just takes a second. Not a big deal. So aileron to the right is going the right way. Aileron to the left. Elevator up. Elevator down. And then rudder to the left, rudder to the right. So we have full controls. Throttle cut is on, or off, I mean. So we got some power. Let's give it a little throttle and let you guys get a taste of power. It sounds good. The gears don't sound stripped. And you can also hear the AX 3X. So it's going to make it really smooth and nice. So it only has the AX 3X, no stabilization. And there you go. So there are going to be different flight modes we can set. We haven't done that yet. We are going to need to also balance this. So we're going to have to mark 90 from this back leading edge, 94 millimeters. And then really that's it to go fly. I would definitely not fly this on a windy day. And to be honest with you, I'm not too thrilled about the Velcro I have. I may change it to a better Velcro. Let's see if I get this to stick really well. Yeah, because we're going to be flying 3D, so you want to make sure your battery is on there tight and it's not going to fall off. So you may have to move this battery forward or backward depending on your CG, your balancing point, which is like 90-something inches. So it's going to be, I have to get a tape measure, but it should be somewhere about right here if I had to guess. It's pretty close balanced. So not bad at all, guys. If you were good enough, you could probably, if I turned off the fan, you could probably fly this in this room if you're that good. I know the Radian, the night Radian flies much slower than this, so you could definitely fly it in a smaller room. This thing still has some decent power. I think it looks good. The AX3X is working properly, see that? So it's going to be a nice, stabilized, smooth, and it's going to make you look really good. So I think it looks pretty cool. Like I said, it's a bummer that it got repaired. Not the end of the world. I think they did a good job repairing it with a little piece of carbon fiber. They did it the right way. The rest of it isn't wholly. You can see all the framing and everything through the foam and the supports and everything. All the push rods, everything look good. You do squeeze these to adjust the trim. He does have them in the most inner hole. You go the most outer to get more throws, so it probably has plenty of throw from what I can tell. Yep, it's in the correct holes already. Probably came that way from the factory. Like I said, you get a lot more throw, which you probably don't need because it seems like it moves quite a bit. I mean, look at that. That is a huge control surface. It looks good. Yeah, that looks really, really good. So there you have it. I'm excited to see how this flies. There is a little red LED light right there to indicate that it is on. Of course, you could also hear it. Looks like it has plugs, so you technically, theoretically, you could get these linear servos. Remember, the ones that are on the board, you're going to have to replace the entire board. So the aileron, the rudder and the elevator control surfaces are going to be part of this board. So if you burn out one of these linear servos, you have to replace the entire board. These other ones are independent, so at least you can replace those independently. But it doesn't look like it'd be too crazy. Honestly, for the cost, I think a new one's 99 bucks. A lot of guys that are going to wreck this and really mess it up are probably just going to go buy another one. I don't know at what point, you know, UMX is worth repairing. So I think I covered everything on this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. 3D flyer, you know, you can do the knife edge. You can do some crazy stuff with this, which I am going to try. I really need to work on my 3D flying anyways. So that's going to do it for this one. Not bad. And I also won a $25 Hamilton Hobbies coupon. So this was only 20 bucks. So to me, it's worth every penny. For 20 bucks, how can you beat this? A bind to fly plane ready to go that can do some fun stuff. So I'm definitely going to be excited to get this to the field and see how it does. So that's going to do it for this one. Stay tuned for an update. I'll let you guys know how it performs, how well it does. Not sure if it's still available. If so, I'll try to put in a link in the description. Once again, I'll try to put a link in the description for the batteries in case you want them for the Radian. And I think there's other smaller UMX planes that may use those as well. So there you have it, guys. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.